Diabetes is obviously a chronic illness that affects every aspect of your life, unfortunately. It requires management of vision, of hearing, mobility, gastric, all these things. As you get older, the complications increase. So it is really insidious, it is really nasty, and it is not simple to manage. Well, what it means is that when I look at day to day, I manage by taking my readings, by injecting the insulin and trying to balance out my levels. But what it means week by week, month by month, year by year, is that my capacity to see clearly is diminishing, and maybe in 10 years' time I won't be able to see to drive, so I won't be able to have a driver's license. If we look at vision and vision alone, I've had laser eye treatment on this one. On this one, I have intraocular injections which are used to mitigate against leaking cells in the back of the eye. So that's vision alone, but then you have neuropathy in fingers and feet and gut and so on and so forth. So it just goes on and on. It affects your entire life. Fears for long term is that I could end up very much visually impaired. I could end up, in terms of my mobility, I could lose my lower limbs and therefore have a real problem with mobility. Those two issues in particular are the ones that would worry me, because I'm a very active person and I like to be, and the fact that I might have diminished capacity to physically perform would worry me. Unfortunately, you can't prevent, but you can reduce risk, and if you like, make the damage or the deficit you're going to face over a much longer span of time by being able to manage your diabetes better. If you can keep your blood sugar levels as normalised as you can. And interesting, when I first had mature onset diabetes, I tried diet, but that just didn't work. Within a few weeks I was on insulin, injecting insulin, and I found with the injecting insulin that I could maintain my levels a lot better and manage my levels a lot better, but at present I'm injecting 6 times a day, testing and injecting 6 times a day to try and be as level as I can, to reduce the potential damage, if you like. So, I'm understanding what I've got to do to get as to lead as good a lifestyle as I'm able to, and reduce the damage as much as I can. I've often spoken to kids who've been diagnosed with diabetes, or young adults that have been diagnosed with diabetes, and my advice to them is you must take this disease seriously, and you must, if you like, take the advice that the health professionals give you, particularly Diabetes Tasmania, Diabetes Australia. They have excellent information programs and education officers, and you really, really must try and manage your diabetes as best you're able as soon as you can. And being bad, not an option. I used to, I'll admit, in the early times of diagnosis, oh yeah, I'll have that piece of pavlova and just a few more units of insulin. She'll be right. And of course, that sort of gung-ho attitude, cavalier attitude, I suppose, I ran with for about 10 years until I started to get more and more complications. So I would sincerely advise somebody newly diagnosed to take it seriously and not to think that you can trick it, because you can't.